The privilege, I tell everybody, like when I get asked, how do you do this? I'm like, these kids motivate me, and they're very special, and kids are stronger than us, they're warriors, and I have the pleasure of introducing one of my very special patients. They have done a lot for Hogs, actually, giving back. His class actually raised, like, they'll be able to tell you part of their story, but raised a lot of money for Hogs for the Cause and drew a lot of cool pictures to put at our tent last year for Hogs. So I get to introduce you to my buddy Levi, who is super smart, and his parents. Come on up, Levi. We get to talk, and I told him he could play a guitar. I don't know which one y'all want to play. Just kidding. You want to sit up here? This is Levi. Oh yeah. So I kind of put him on the spot. I didn't give him a script or anything, but last week I called him like, would y'all please come talk to my group and team? And of course. So thank y'all for being here. We really appreciate it. Awesome. Cool.
So this is Levi. He is 5 years old, and about 2 weeks before he turned 4, he had complained about a lot of headaches. And we brought him to the doctors, got him checked out, and they really couldn't find what was going on with him. And we ended up bringing him back home, and in the middle of the night, he would just wake up out of nowhere and just start screaming at the top of his lungs. My wife ended up bringing him to Ochsner, the emergency room, and they did a CT scan on him and found a tumor in his brain. Sorry. And then he was admitted to the hospital right away, and we dropped everything. For those first 2 weeks at the hospital, we were just at a loss, didn't really know what was going on. And he had an initial surgery to do a biopsy, and as we waited for the biopsy, his symptoms kept getting worse. He had issues with movement of his eyes, so they decided to do a second surgery a few days later to remove everything that was developing in there. And the biggest concern for us is we didn't know what was going on. It was just kind of walking in the dark, basically. And along the way, we ran into Dr. Tang, and she helped us. I think the first time we met, we already sat there just talking for about 2 minutes. And she was telling us about Hogs for the Cause and everything while he was being wheeled into surgery. And then afterwards, after the surgery and about a week of recovery, we were able to go home. And while we went home, when we checked the mail, there was already a check from Hogs already waiting in our mailbox before we even got home. And I thought that was just the most thoughtful thing because that allowed us to really focus on taking care of Levi and making sure that he's doing okay. And besides the financial part, I will tell you the thing that really helped us out the most was just knowing that there's people out there where we've met for just for an initial 2 minutes, even people that we've never ever met or never going to meet, just knowing that they're there to support us and to have us in their prayers to make a big, big difference. And just like Dr. Falcon had mentioned, Levi, when he was going through treatment, wasn't able to start school normally. His pre-K4 teacher, Miss Michelle, had reached out to us and asked us if it was okay if she did a fundraiser for him at the school. And we discussed it, and we said that we didn't really need it at that point, so they decided that we can do the fundraiser and have the proceeds go to whichever organization that we wanted. And of course, the first thing we thought of was Team Pig Latin and Hogs for the Cause. And that, to me, just kind of sums up just how wonderful it is just to have the support of the community behind us. It really does take the community to kind of help patients through their time of need. And as of right now, Levi's back to school full time like a normal student. He's just enjoying everything. He enjoys homework. So it's one of those things where we didn't really get to experience his first year because of all the treatment that he was doing. But he really does enjoy it. He's thriving in that more than we ever could imagine. I know he wanted to say a few words too, so let me pick him up.
Yeah, buddy.